live.
Yeah, welcome back to Boring. Wow, this is crazy. I am joined here by YYC Records, the label. The Calgary label record.
Yeah, you wish it was a label. Don't get me in trouble. It's more of a multi-platform than the label.
Multi-platform?
Yeah, because people think label is a bad rep.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Like, well, you see the whole Kanye West thing and stuff like that with record labels and contracts, and you know the world is changing nowadays for musicians. So
that's true. You know, I heard him say the other day. He said artists shouldn't have managers; they should have CEOs.
Yep. Yeah, I think a few managers got a little pissed.
They become too controlling.
I'll give you that.
Okay, because I've never had a manager. Been doing this by myself since day one.
Yeah. So do you think you'll need a manager at some point?
Nah.
Yeah. Do like all the emails and the texting and reach out to people yourself?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's not too hard at the moment. It's pretty easy actually. We live in Calgary.
Yeah, I'll give you that. Yeah.
It's not much going on.
Will it be different when you go to Toronto and stuff?
Yeah. Well, that's ahead of the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, eventually.
Yeah.
It'll be hectic. Maybe by then, maybe, who knows? Maybe I'll hit up some people and be like, hey, I need some help.
Right. Because at the end of the day, the manager still supposed to work for you, but help you when it's just too hard for you, I will say, to just take care of everything, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of how you see the manager, but...
Because you are I guess you don't have a manager, right?
Nope. Yeah.
So you are the creative content of what you're doing. So when it becomes very annoying to you to continue what you're doing, that's when you'd pay someone or hire someone.
Right.
So right now I'm enjoying it. You're enjoying it?
Yeah, definitely.
Until it becomes it's because everything's a stepping stone, right? So you could jump to LA and you're like, oh snap, this Calgary stuff is just holding me back from my dreams of becoming the next record label. You know, labels, but the next thing. So then you just get someone else to come and do it for you.
Right. Yeah, and the goal is to eventually get to a high level of having multiple artists that we kind of help reach, I'll say their dreams. But there's just multiple ways to do that. And I just think for the label right now, I'm going to wait on that. There's just there's other thing to focus on first, especially in Calgary. I'm trying to niche it quite a bit to Calgary for...
How long have you been doing it explicitly in Calgary? I saw your page went pretty deep. 3 years ago, you have 256 posts. That's a lot of...
Yeah, that doesn't count the one that are in the archive.
Oh, man.
Because I started and had a certain style of doing the posts and then just decided to change them and focus more on sharing artist videos. But in the past, it was just the audio, and I'll play the audio on the speakers and then record it in a story on Instagram. And then it's that story that I was reposting. And then just sells, okay, let's do something different.
So you switched it up.
I switched it up because, the art in Calgary got a lot better and there was a lot more content.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, let's go for this. Especially because people are more videos than, just the audio.
That's true.
This world.
Yeah. So do you say Calgary artist is booming from your perspective? Because you've been doing this for a minute.
Yeah.
Do you think it's gotten better or worse?
Oh, bro, it got way better. One of the reasons I got into this because I've been doing music before in Ivory Coast, where I'm from, and in the US. And moving here in Calgary, I was like, it seems like there's not much going on in Calgary. And if I eventually get my own artist, who is going to promote them? Where's the promotion? And there was just not much. And I was like, okay, well, maybe I have to create it. And that's where Calgary kind of YYC Records just stemmed from. But yeah, back to your question, it is a lot better than in 2017, because in the past I have to really dig to find quality music to put up. Right now it's a matter of just me waiting for every Friday, and I'm just a kid in a
so people just come to you hey.
At this point, they don't just come to me because I just developed the system for them to submit through YYC Records, the website.
Right.
But it's just like Spotify, and then make sure you follow the right people.
So you owning the whole thing? Are you doing all of it by yourself?
Yeah. By myself is I would say it's too much. I got my wife helping me. She tend to do when it's emails. and she ran the show YYC Recess, YYCR Recess that we were running, which the idea was to get something for kids that are under 22. So I was like, okay, we need something for the underage kids to perform to. So they're able to perform at Koi, where we were running Recess, and it was people that were under 22.
So is this, when you say Recess, is this like an actual like a sellout show, like a show thing, or is these just kids showing up?
No, it's the name of the show. So Recess was, I think we had about 8 artists performing that we select. We invite them to Koi. We allow them to stay after the hours.
Nice. Very nice.
They just go hard, just perform their songs. If it's not for their friend, anybody that's interested in hip hop in Calgary.
Is this free, or you sell tickets?
Yeah, we were selling tickets. We haven't done it. We didn't get to do this the session this year,
of course,
because of COVID.
Yeah, but has COVID affected you? What do you say, in a good way or a bad way?
I said in a bad way. You can always flip it to your advantage, but canceling a show like Recess and having to postpone certain sessions because people couldn't come to the crib to record and stuff like that, I would say that was the bad part of COVID.
Dang. So what would you say, like business wise, because you are in the Artists of Calgary, and artists need fans, and in order to have a show, you need people to show up.
Yes, sir.
So that's really, what's your percentage, would you say, of how much of a setback you've had?
50%, 50 to 60% of a setback.
That's not bad. I was actually expecting like 70 or 80.
No, because like you can do a lot of the stuff online too. That's the advantage of the art. So we may have not got the studio, but we're able to keep doing certain things online, right? So right. So you said you have a studio, or were you planning on building the studio? No, I have a studio. That's where I record. The podcast is recorded in the studio.
Check out YYC Record Podcast. He does one too.
Yeah, called YYC.
YYC.
Yeah, that's what
it's 3 Ys.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. It's so subliminal. I thought it was YYC Records.
Yeah, no, YYC, which was the beginning of YYC Records. It was like, the idea was, or at least what I've learned is, one of the important things is in human behavior is the being accepted and feel the need of matter. That's one of the primary need of human beings. And through that, I was like, hey, like, there's not much for a Calgary artist. Why not create something where they feel the need that they matter? So this show is all about the artist and YYC. And I was like, okay, what's a creative way I can come up with things? And was just driving around in the car, and I was like, hey, YYC? Cool. YYC.
It's crazy.
And the purpose of this podcast is that question: why should people pay attention to Calgary, or what's missing for people to pay attention to hip hop music in Calgary? YYC.
Yeah, it's a great thing to feel like you're a part of something. It's a wonderful feeling to feel that, because then you don't feel like you're all alone.
Yeah.
And you don't feel like you're not doing the wrong thing.
Yeah. We're social beings at the end of the day.
Yeah.
That need to matter is a crucial one. So
it's a great thing to take advantage of too.
Yeah. That's when you read books on power, you realize that's what some people actually use to control others. So
that's how media is run.
Yes, sir.
Chaos.
Yeah.
Put some chaos in the people, and they will follow like pigeons looking for bread.
Yeah. Pandemonium.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Would you say you're really into human behavior then?
Yeah, that definitely is a passion of mine.
Figuring out how humans work.
Yeah, just human nature. Just like we were talking just before the show about like podcast. Watching the Tim Ferriss podcast, and one of the things that they were saying in there is like people go through their life trying to understand other systems and way to live, and not understanding themselves. And that was kind of a click in my head as I was like,
Yeah, you got to work on yourself first before you can jump the boat.
Yeah. So I'm like, go to school, you learn about math, English, science, but you actually don't know how yourself works, your brain and all that. So that sent me into a whole path of books and books and books on human behavior and human nature.
Yeah. I don't know why they don't teach that.
Yeah, they don't teach you a whole lot of things. Buying a house, getting a mortgage.
They teach you the superficial things of life.
Yeah.
To think you learn calculus and you never have to use it again.
Yeah, right. Unless you want to be a scientist or something else. But not everybody wants to do that.
Nope. So, no.
Yeah. I wonder how school is going to change in the future, but that's another discussion.
I think with Corona, it's actually... I think it might push some limits. Not gonna lie, they might start doing some because everyone's online, right? So like, you kind of have to accommodate for everyone now, not just the individual.
Yeah,
every single person. But back to you. So you've been doing this record label. You like bringing people together. Is that like your main passion? Is just grabbing everyone and throwing them and being like, "Hey guys, this is something greater than what it is."
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
Yeah, wouldn't say great passion because initially what I would like to be is an executive producer. That's what I'm chasing.
So that's what you love to do.
Yeah, just overseeing the whole process of like the music making, songwriting. But like I said, I just felt like something else was needed, especially in Calgary. When I started music in Ivory Coast, just doing like rap and stuff, it wasn't accepted as much because of the local music in Africa, which was more called coupé décalé in French.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Yeah, I guess that's true. It changes. So then did you just feel like ostracized?
Yeah, a little bit. Like we were all kids at the time, 14, 15. And then it was like, yeah, this is the next thing, and doing a little French rap. And when I moved to the US for college, the music that people didn't really want to eventually became the most popular music in Ivory Coast.
The hip hop?
Hip hop is. Yeah, right now hip hop is the top music in Ivory Coast, called Rap Ivoire. But it is the most popular genre in Ivory Coast. And to me, it was like, wow, like it was just a matter of time. So I kind of see the same similarities from Ivory Coast and Calgary. As of, it's just like a matter of time and people coming together. So replicating some of the stuff that I've seen here.
Are you in your own niche at the moment?
Yeah.
You say you're the only person doing that here in Calgary?
Yeah, definitely.
The way that you're doing it?
The way I'm doing it. I am looking up to other platform like 10/10, which 10/10 has been, I say, one of the reason the culture in hip hop got up to where it's at, because when Benny, which the person who ran 10/10, seems like moved here in Calgary, there was not much about hip hop. Then he came up with 10 artists showing up at 10, doing a performance at 10.
10 in the morning, 10 at night.
10 at night.
Oh, yeah, 10 in the morning is kind of early for artists.
It'll be rough, right? Because I know I'm sleeping, bud.
It's hard to get artists to wake up in the morning.
Oh, man.
It's virtually impossible.
Virtually impossible. But yeah, coming here like in 2012, I was like, oh, there's not much about hip hop. And during the flood, there was a show that 10/10, a fundraiser that 10/10 did, and it was mind blowing to me to see that many people actually liking hip hop in the city. So
here in Calgary, was it?
Yeah, here in Calgary. So
well, I've never heard of 10/10.
Yeah, that's very surprising.
What are they? How many followers do they have?
Quite a bit. They're the OGs.
Millions or?
No, I wouldn't say in the millions, but they're definitely the OGs.
Not relevant.
No, you're all about the millions.
Oh, just kidding. I'm still in the hundreds of thousands. I'm still irrelevant.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, that's that whole influencer thing right now. Let me see. I think they're in the 30,000, but not in the millions.
Is it Toronto based? I'm guessing.
No, Calgary.
It's Calgary based.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. 10/10 is.
You know 10/10? Nope, he doesn't even know.
That's crazy.
Like,
well, are you guys not in hip hop that much?
Not in the hip hop scene, as in the way because we do like predominantly anyone who has social influence, and because most of the time social, yeah. Social influencers usually always create a character for themselves and they get stuck in it, which sucks because then they can't be themselves the rest of their life.
Right.
They're just a little idea that they got to run with the rest of their life.
Yeah.
So a podcast, because what you're doing, it's not like corporate. You're doing it by yourself. So you can easily talk about the struggles and what you've seen and whatnot. It's like corporate, it's a little different because there's a lot of people involved. Versus just like you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's a little bit of an issue with the corporate. I'm realizing the more I'm trying to like get the team a little bigger, the tougher you have to deal. You have like a bit of issue that you have to deal with because against human nature.
Yeah, building a team is not fun.
Human nature.
I wish I could copy myself.
Right.
Just have a bunch of copies around here, just running around doing everything I need.
Now, would it be fun or would it be boring? Like the
it'd be boring, just like the boring podcast.
Shout out to the boring podcast.
Yeah, the best podcast in Canada, coming for the world.
You know, number one, I heard.
In YYC, yeah.
In YYC. All right.
But we're coming for Canada eventually. Give us some time. Having fun with it.
Yeah, slowly but surely.
Yeah.
Stepping stone, like you're saying.
I think you guys are the number one for records in Calgary. For what you're doing, I think.
I hope so.
Can't find anyone else.
Yeah. But multi-platform again, ladies and gentlemen.
Multi-platform. So you said that you have connections of other platforms that you use?
Yeah, so through YYC Records, we have the blog where we share the music from Calgary artists, the latest. There is YYC, which is the podcast.
Right.
And there's the Shuttle, and the Shuttle is the recording studio where we have mixing, mastering, and recording. So
do you guys like rent it out, or do you just let people come and use it? Freely?
Both.
So
you can either come in, no, not freely, careful. Not free.
Not as in freely, but like, is it free of charge or is it?
No, there's a little charge.
Okay. So, yeah. Okay, good.
Yeah. So kind of like renting. So if you want the space to record, just because you can't record at the crib, you can come to the Shuttle.
Right.
If you want us to be in a studio, then we can do that. And if you want some producers, then we also have a group of producers, of 4 producers, which if on YYC Records, that's CA, there's YYCR Beats, which is beats. They have a selection. We have a selection of beats from all those producers, about 5 producers.
You guys sell them?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, nice.
Lease and exclusive.
And so those are 3 things you guys have.
4.
4, sorry. Can't count. That's a big platform you have going on.
Yeah, that's what I say. It's more multi-platform than a record label.
Yeah.
But the goal, at the end of the day, the goal of this 4 platform is to get to one thing, which is pop off an artist in Calgary.
Have you had any luck with that so far?
No, I wouldn't. Not so far because we're just getting started. Like the beats portion was added about 2 months ago.
Oh, so that's pretty new, actually.
Yeah, it's very fresh. Very fresh.
Takes time. Calgary only has 1.3 million. So you put it into like context, it's like 100,000 people paying attention.
Exactly.
Realistically.
Yeah. When I looked at the numbers, which is about that, to me, if I can get those about 200,000 people to follow the page or like interact with what we're doing, then it's time for us to just get out of here. But until then, no, like I will stay in Calgary, but like YYC Records is not just Calgary. The name is You and Your City.
Oh, interesting.
There's a twist to it.
You and Your City.
Yeah. Yeah, because I didn't want to be just tied to Calgary because Calgary got 1,300,000 people.
Yeah,
like
Calgary's not the move.
Exactly. So like if the idea is to get artists out of Calgary and bring them back in Calgary and say, yo, we created something. Like that's the idea. Because we can't fill the Saddle Dome with just staying in Calgary. That's just not going to work. Like let's just look at the numbers and
it's pretty hard. Yeah. It's very, very hard. But that's a disappointment of most artists. They're already dreaming of being in LA.
Right.
They're all like, once I make it big, headed to LA.
Yeah.
Enjoy going broke.
Right. Now you can't because the best thing is you go to LA and you come back and you get your crib in Calgary because you can chill, kick it in Calgary, I believe, but just do the back and forth. So, but yeah, it's the idea of You and Your City is to eventually duplicate the system that we made successful in Calgary and other places. Because there's multiple other cities where they might need, the same thing as of, the hip hop may not be popping or the alternative music is not popping, but they have the talents there. So if you can have a platform that's working in a place like Calgary, you can duplicate that in other places.
That's true.
You and Your City.
So are you mainly focusing on city people or scoping it to worldwide?
Scoping it to worldwide. But it's what I've learned from business school is the importance of niche. So niching the product. So that's why I'm like Calgary first, other places after. But for example, the beat portion, when we are marketing the beats, that's worldwide.
That's worldwide?
Yeah, we can't just have stuff just in Calgary, right? It's like, hey, get some beats made by Calgary artists because we got the talent here too.
That's pretty cool. I like supporting the city. Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
I need something, man.
I know.
Community.
Yeah, it was so funny because I was like, I'm going to Toronto, and everyone was like, no, please don't leave.
We all tell you that. No.
Yeah, they're
what about us?
I know. They're like, don't leave us. We need this. But I'm keeping the studio headquarters here.
Nice.
And we're kind of creating a little squad with Kay behind the camera. Shout out to him.
Shout out Kay behind the camera.
Squad, man.
Yeah.
This is going to be the foundation of hopefully everything. So then it's just like, help every single person just become something so that they can all be like, yo, we're at least getting like some real,
recognition and stuff. Yeah. Why going to Toronto though?
Like, got a studio out there. So I'm going to go check it out.
Cool. Are you taking us with you?
Nope.
The boring company.
Yeah, the boring company. I don't know if I'm going to get in trouble for that. That's Elon Musk.
That sure is Elon Musk company.
I don't have billions of dollars to get sued.
No. Come on, Elon. We're trying to do something right for the city here. So you should mostly be an investor instead of anything else.
That would be crazy.
That would be crazy.
If Elon Musk invested into the boring, I'd be like, yo, guys, we're getting a new level of... Because he has a lot of publicity for a guy who doesn't have Instagram. He deleted his Instagram because he got into some hot water, but he has Twitter, and he still is like bigger than... I'd say he's bigger than everyone.
Yeah.
Like,
smart
huge.
Dude, man.
Oh, yeah.
Dude is ripping for the whole human race at this point.
He's trying to go to Mars.
Right. It's like, how many people are willing to take on that risk?
Oh, he is. He loves that risk. Did you see his highlights on Joe Rogan? How many views they got?
Yeah.
It was like,
I didn't see how many views, but I saw the highlight on Joe Rogan.
Take a guess.
2 million? 3?
No.
More?
Yeah. It's Elon Musk we're talking about.
Yeah, I guess so. 10?
More.
Oh. Okay, let's still take the guess. 20.
More.
Oh, no. That's crazy.
Yeah.
65 just for the game.
No, he got around 35 average.
Okay, I was
shooting
too high.
Which is still a lot for a podcast because that's a lot. That's a lot of people tuning in just to hear what he has to say.
But that's also when he got the whole smoking weed online too. I guess.
That blew him up too.
Yeah.
You got a lot of shareholders pulling up.
Yeah, people wanted to see that Elon Musk smoke weeds. I didn't know.
Yeah. And then his stocks went up to like 2,000 2 months ago, and then he traded. Now it's back down like 400, but it went so high. It went like it went to 2,000 like 2 months. The amount of things he's pushing for is ridiculous.
Yeah. They're all getting richer and richer.
But the thing is, Elon Musk pushes the bar so much that like some people get really concerned. Very concerned, especially when their money is being spent and nothing's being shown.
Yeah. But that's what I'm like, I've learned that that's part of capitalism too, right? Like it's the belief in the future as of you. Before, when you think about it, like inventors didn't have the money to invent certain things, and you need to at least get some money put in.
Yeah.
Well, for you to invent your stuff, because if not, you just need that 9-to-5 job. So, but when you invest money into someone like an invention, you have no idea if that's going to pop, man. It's really
especially when no one else has done it.
Yeah. It's
a little alerting.
But that's all you need, Facebook, the Twitter, the Instagram, you needed some risk and some investors. Google.
His whole market strategy is making space become fun. I don't know if you've heard that.
No, but I think he's on the right path to do that.
Yeah.
Would you go to Mars?
Would I go to Mars?
Yeah. I asked this question to my wife.
That's a good question. I don't know what's on Mars, if anything is even there.
Yeah.
But if they had living, if it was livable, I'd go check it out.
Okay.
The only trippy part is landing.
Yeah.
Coming back to Earth.
Right.
Until I see it's perfected, I don't want to go anywhere.
Right.
But if everything was perfected and they had the landing systems and takeoff systems perfected, I'd be like, yeah, let's go to Mars.
So you won't be one of the first guinea pigs to go to Mars.
No way. Nope. I know Russia did that with the one astronaut, knowing that the spaceship wasn't fully built, and then it blew up.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's crazy for that. And they say you have to wait every 2 years for the planets to be like at the right angle for us to like go out and some stupid stuff.
I'm not an astronaut or a space scientist. I don't know anything about that. What do you think about Kanye West?
Kanye West is, I'll say to me, is one of my idols, man. But he's sometimes just say certain things that people can't really accept. But at the end of the day, like I said in a few posts before, he proved so many people wrong that I just have belief in just what he tend to think from time to time.
Do you think it's just marketing?
I definitely think it's marketing.
He really believes what he says sometimes, or you're just saying it because he wants to see how it'll market?
No, it's marketing. They're very smart people. From him to Jay-Z to Beyonce, in the industry, they're very, very smart people. Just triggering people and attention. Like even the whole Jesus era and him breaking cameras and stuff like that.
That was all marketing,
him expressing a frustration. But you really see that, like he said before, going from beautiful, dark, twisted fantasy to the next one. It's just like, how do you top one of the top albums of the century? And trying to succeed in the fashion world and it not being accepted, he just decided to express his frustration through the music and through his action, which created more attention. It's very genius on the marketing side.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that part of it, but I know the other parts. But some people think his bipolarness is an act, which I don't know if that's like 100% accurate.
Yeah, I don't know about being an act because I don't know him personally.
Yeah, I don't know him either. There's speculations, but he's crazy with like when he does something, it goes viral, which is insane to me to think that many people care about it.
Because he also says like, for you to like be at a certain level, you need to separate yourself from others. Because if not, you're just regular. Yep. So if you want to reach like, high level, if it's not the entertainment, and even when we're talking about Elon Musk, right, he's doing things that's just out of the norm. Yeah. Because if not, you're just like any regular person. So
even if you look at 6ix9ine, I don't know if you saw the podcast he did.
Goodness. But we're talking about 6ix9ine on this freaking interview.
You don't like him?
I don't like the dude. Like, no problem to you, but fuck.
You don't like him at all?
No, because like of some of the stuff like he decided to do, and it's just like a troll, and it's just another, again, marketing strategy, but it's just done.
He's way too aggressive with it.
Yeah, it's just done in a way of like, dude, come on. Like, but hey, he's making his money, I guess.
Yeah. Money is money to him. And he even said his life is driven by money. So when you see what makes money, life just becomes your own playground.
Yeah. I just can't, the whole snitching thing. And I understand like some of the decision he may have
you don't like the snitching thing?
No, bro, come on. You got to know what you get yourself into. Either you do it or you don't do it.
I was surprised when he snitched because I was like, no other rapper has done that.
Yeah. And decided to snitch on people that had no business being snitched on outside of whatever was going on. It's like, bro, no, that's not someone you want to make business with.
He snitched on the labels too. Don't bite the hand that feeds you.
Right. And now he's just all mad that just, he gets boycott.
No, he got bundled. You heard about that, right? The stuff's got bundled. I was like, what did you expect?
Yeah. You saw him like sending CDs or trying to give CDs in the streets?
Yeah, I think he did that as a troll. Yeah. He wasn't really doing that. He just videotaped one thing. Yeah. He's good at what he does.
Because buddy, my friend was like, well, look at the CDs, they blank. I was like, it's probably another marketing strategy from the one and only.
Blink. That's crazy.
6ix9ine. But
I don't know. I think he might fall off, to be honest.
Oh, yeah. Like when he came out of jail and released that first video, me and a homie were talking about, he's going to pop off. I was like, no, like
he
right now.
Pop off.
But no, he just got interest because people wanted to know what he's going to do after jail. So but that's going to go down.
Because he's not putting out enough. Like the way that 6ix9ine started marketing was way too aggressive for a human because humans get tired. And the amount of stuff he was doing was so ridiculous that I'm like, give it like 2 weeks and he's going to get exhausted. Yeah. And he's going to kill himself.
I think he would kill himself,
but like,
damn boring.
He's going to kill his career because he won't be able to be keeping up with like the energy he has.
Well, I will agree to disagree because it seems like that's a strategy that he's using. A part of it is him.
It is him. It's all him. He even said that. He's like, it's my personality. Yeah. It's who I am.
Yeah. I think it's only the snitching that's going to that just played to his career. If he has not gone to jail and had that issue, he would have still pop off because he's a character that's needed into the whole social.
That's true.
The social media world. Like,
I agree with that more than what I said.
Yeah, because when I look at him, like, yeah, okay, I'll spend some time just because that's another thing is that we live through other people. Like, I wouldn't do something wild, but watching someone wild was like, wow, you did this? Let me see what he did next. Let me see what he did next because you lived through them. Yeah. But the snitching is I'm sorry.
So I'm curious, are you, do you follow people you don't know? Like, are you a big advocate of like following people you don't know and seeing what they're up to and checking people out?
No, because I don't spend a lot of time on social like that.
But do you follow them though? When you scroll, you're just like, oh, look, Beyonce did this. Like, it interests you?
Yeah, what interests me is people in the industry. Like, so
you're staying in your niche. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Mostly into my niche. And like doing. On YYC Records, I'm trying my best to only follow Calgary artists and people related to that, because if not, then the page is just full with stuff that I'm actually not interested in.
Right.
Which I did it at first. Like, one of the strategy from a friend was like, well, just follow 5,000 people, 8,000 people, and after you start deleting them. And I started adding a few people, and I was like, I can't do this, because you start having like bots and boobs and bums that I don't need.
Yeah, it is a strategy, but it's not the best.
No. What would you say is the best strategy for you guys being social, like when it comes to gather
money?
Okay. I keep hearing that.
A ton of money.
Just like for investment.
Just pushing all of your money into it, hoping it takes off.
Like in social promotion stuff? Like what do you say? What do you mean by your money? Like
Instagram, TikTok. Right now, people are going to tell you TikTok because there's a ton of kids on it, and kids have the attention span of like 2 seconds. And if you can make something that is 5 seconds, it's going to save you a lot more time than spending hours on a video that you're going to post on YouTube that not many people are interested in because they don't know you as a person or your content. Right. TikTok, you see everyone, you don't care who they are, you follow them if it looks cool. Right now, TikTok would be the best marketing strategy. Secondly, I'd just say like Google Ads. If you're on Instagram, I see a lot of people just commenting on people's profiles. Like, hey, check this out. The disappointing thing about that is Instagram has a cap where you can only do, I think, like 30, like an hour or something.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Yeah, so they added that
15
recently.
people, you can DM 15 people under a certain time. Like, I just heard it from someone. I haven't really checked the numbers.
Like, it's because they don't want you to be botting and they don't want spam. It's all this other stuff because like, you can bot comments. Like, if someone knew how to program well enough, which this has already happened, they could blow up an account in like a day. Because all you have to do is write the program to be like, look at Instagram following 160 million. No, sorry, 300 million. Comment on every single profile, follow every single profile, unfollow it, and then you just have a bot running in the background doing that. And your account will blow up in like a day, like less than a day. But because people were doing that, and Instagram was like, okay, this is our platform. We don't want you taking advantage of it because we didn't make this to be taken advantage of. We want it to actually be like a structured, ruled kind of a social media platform where you can see people that you actually enjoy instead of just people botting all the time. And that was like a main thing in the industry right when Instagram came out. And then they had all those rules where you can't type too fast and stuff like that. But my best advice to anyone is just like, market to your friends.
Yeah, do you think that works? It's weird. In the music world, it's not the best.
It doesn't
thing.
work. No, it doesn't. But like, if you just keep doing what you're doing, people are going to start to notice.
Fair.
So I see you're always doing what you're doing. So it was very easy for me to notice, oh, you're constantly posting content. You're actually consistent with it. People are going to get interested in that. They're going to be like, oh, what is this person doing? Oh, he's supporting the city. Cool. Let me check this out. Versus like asking every random person on the internet, hey, check out my content. If you like it, subscribe.
Right.
But my thing would just be like, honestly do everything from liking people, following people.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say too much on the following side, mostly like people's photos.
Yeah, the like and comment. It seems like the
look up
comments is a big
hashtags,
thing.
look up top trending hashtags, just like every single photo you can find. And then if you have like contacts, just send everyone your links. Snapchat, always advertise yourself too, right? Everywhere you go, just be like, hey, you should check this out. Because that's the best advertising I've seen.
Yeah, word of mouth.
Yeah, there's a ton of different ways.
Yeah. This better than the money though, and spending like in promotion ads and stuff like that.
Money's a little faster. If you have the money to spend, it's a little faster. So like, even if you're spending like $100 a month on it, it boosts it a decent amount.
Fair.
A lot of kids don't have that kind of money to be spending, which sucks because mostly it's younger, like teenagers, young adults who are into this business and they don't have the money to spend for it. So they just get discouraged because they don't see any real.
I have to say the young have an advantage that people, I'll say older people in the 30s don't have, which is having your friends at school, like, and having that large base like off the bat. Because being in the US, when we had our group Black Notes, and quick shout out to Shandon, the big advantage was us being in college. And the fact that you can market to a large group of people that may be interested in the same age range.
That's true.
So like someone blowing up on TikTok that's just popular at school, or that can get popular at school, you get to get more of the views and the likes than if you have to spend some money because you're not into that world whatsoever. Like imagine me, my 30-year-old, just going to a high school and be like, yo,
check out my CDs.
Right. It's like, what is this creeper doing here? Cops?
Yeah, it doesn't work out.
So, but yeah.
Yeah, they do have an advantage. I do admit that, even in university. I don't think it's as pop in university as it is in high school because people have a lot more time to waste.
Yeah.
But it's still there.
Yeah.
That's the only disappointing thing is like when you hit a certain age, you turn into a 9 to 5.
Yeah. You like, and research says too, you stop discovering music, which to me, I'm really trying my best not to do that, like through YYC Records. But they say around your 30s, you don't discover new music and you just tend to replay the old music that you like, which makes sense, right? Work, kids.
Yeah. Don't have time for that.
You're not going to Spotify every week.
I actually don't even listen to new music, which is weird. The only music I listen to is like, I have playlists on my phone. And if those playlists gets updated, that's the only music I'm listening to.
Oh, fair. Okay. At least
so like, like I am discovering new music, but it's like, if I click on the playlist.
Yeah.
But usually I'm listening to the same playlist from like 2019 that I made.
What's your playlist right now? What's the name of these playlists?
It's called Boring Music. You guys can follow it on Apple Music. I think I have like around like 1,000 people following now.
Nice. Shout out to you. We got YYC Our Playlist and YYC Our Playlist 2020 in Calgary, which the main playlist is actually just music that comes every Friday from Calgary artists, only Calgary artists.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And then the master playlist 2020 has all those music because after a month, I just moved them from one playlist to another just to keep it fresh. So,
have you ever done any interviews with news?
Say more. What do you mean by news?
Like CTV, CNN, Global, those guys?
No.
Are you trying to go for that?
If there's an opportunity, definitely.
Are you not like heavily chasing it?
No, I'm not. I haven't really heavily chased it yet.
You should check into it. They have community vlogs. Community posts.
Okay. Just a matter of reaching out to them and just
be like, hey, trying to support the city. If you guys want to support me supporting the city.
Fair.
Because that'll open up a completely new niche of parents who would tell their kids to check it out.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks for the tip.
Yeah, anyone else? Yeah, community news.
Have you done some of these before?
I have not. I'm looking into it.
Okay, nice.
I'm just very busy.
Right, same here. Same.
It sucks being busy.
Here. I feel you.
Do you work too, or is this like your main thing?
Right now, it's my main thing. Okay. But I will be going back to work for a bit. Planning for a wedding coming pretty soon. So I need to stack up the money instead of just waiting for some artist. Because our dear artists work hard for their money to are not willing to share from time to time. So
no, it's true. It's weird when people think they owe when they're old. It's weird to me, especially like when I'm doing podcasting, I'm just like, what are you talking about? I'm already giving you everything.
Right.
Like my fans listening to this and then they're listening to you. Check out YYC Records. Why is it 3 Ys?
No, this one is just YYC Records.
YYC Records. Okay.
Yeah, that's CA. Oh, YYC Records on Instagram. Simple as that.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, the YYC, I it mess everybody up, but that's kind of why I like it, because you're like repeating it to your head. Yeah, you're like, why? I was like, yeah, that's pretty fun to see.
Boring is pretty easy.
Boring is pretty easy.
Yeah, I love it. Boring is probably the best podcast in the world.
I love how you market yourself, man. Killing it.
Well, how other way am I supposed to, right?
Right.
That's my voice.
Yeah. Boring is
Unless you're watching YouTube, subscribe, drop a review if you're on Apple Podcasts, and follow if you're on Spotify.
Yeah.
Do it as fast as possible.
Yeah, I'm taking some tips from this guy. So.
Yeah, and I'm the younging.
Yeah. Follow YYC.
Yeah, it's all about you. You're already in the title. So
shit.
If you're in the title, you can say whatever you want to promote, as long as it's not like false promotions.
Yeah, no false promotion here.
Yeah, I love it when people start promoting random stuff and I'm like, what are you doing? This is not about your friends. It's about you.
Shout out to this guy and this guy and this guy.
It's more funny when they start name dropping.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's great actually.
I'm gonna have to check some of these, see how people do.
Yeah, it's great. I did podcast with the camera guy. He's laughing right now. It's a very interesting. It's be out Friday.
Yeah. Okay. So I have a question for you. Coming back again to the social real quick. And he was like,
gotta get a little closer to like shotgun mics.
Okay. Oh, it's a shotgun mic.
Basically.
Yeah. Cardioid.
Dynamic. Yeah.
Yeah. Hypercardioid.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely. Yeah. Cool. Which social media thing is going to disappear in the next 5 years?
Oh, that's a good one. Facebook will never disappear. YouTube will never disappear. I say Facebook, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. I do not think they will ever disappear.
So.
It's questionable, but it's like a 90% chance they won't. Snapchat is always going to be an underdog, so I don't think they'll go anywhere.
You don't think so?
No,
that was my choice. Okay,
no, because they're too they're already too irrelevant. It's not that it's irrelevant to me; it's irrelevant to my age. Younger kids will always be on Snapchat. And also it's just an easier way to talk to people so you can forget what you said to them. Right? It doesn't keep you accountable, right?
Right.
So you send them a snap like, hey, you want to do this? And then you're like, oh, sorry, I forgot. Or you can send them a snap with something like super fishy. And then if they don't get the right question, but I forgot I sent that to you.
Right. Yeah. Oh, so bad for your generation, I got to say. But so yeah, Snapchat's sticking around. I
guess I wouldn't say TikTok, I don't know. I can't even tell you the future of TikTok because they just kind of hit a Vine level of when all their top creator just basically dipped. Charlie went to Rim or whatever the app is called.
Is that what happened to Vine? People just dipped?
No, well, Vine was kind of being a dick to all their creators. They didn't want to pay them. So then the creators were I'm not even going to create anything if you're not going to pay us. Fair. So then they just stopped after they were going to do a $15 million deal with them. And then something happened and they were yeah, we're not paying you anymore. So they were all right, we're not posting anymore. They all went to YouTube and Instagram. And then Vine died.
Wow. I thought I heard the people from Vine, they created another social media. I don't know if you heard that. I don't know if it was, there's no way it was TikTok because TikTok's it's Chinese.
No, TikTok went from Dub Smash musically to.
I think it was Triller.
Trailer?
Triller? Yeah. I'm not too sure. Don't quote me on that. No idea. Okay. Cool.
They probably tried something, but most of them went to Instagram, Lily Pons, King Batch, Lance, Logan Paul went to YouTube, J Paul went to YouTube, David Dobrik went to YouTube. And then a bunch of the other ones just stopped. They all went to LA and went broke.
Oh. This world, man. It's the entertainment industry.
No, because imagine being 17, 18, or anywhere from that, and now you have $1 million in your account. Yeah. What do you do with that $1 million? You spend it. Yeah. You don't invest it. You don't start making wise decisions with it. You just spend it.
Yeah, I think he's gonna come again.
Yeah, and the thing is, you're 18, right? You're oh shoot, I got life to live forever, and then you're oh snap. Yeah. I just spent $500K in 2 weeks and I am making $10K a month. And now I've upped my expenses to $20K a month because I bought a car and I'm renting a house. Yeah. I'm doing all this other stuff. and I'm only making like 100K a year, but I'm spending 10K a month, 120,000 a year. But the thing is, you're so young that you're just like, oh, this money's going to keep coming.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
You can fall off in like 2 seconds.
Yeah. It just doesn't. It's the same thing for every industry, like entertainment industry kind of jobs, I'll say.
Yeah.
You just never know. And even talking about Kanye, he was like, I didn't make my billion off music, right? You need to invest somewhere else.
Mm-hmm. Housing is usually like what they say to do, because at least if you buy a house, you can rent it.
Right.
So you're always a passive income. Even if no one's renting it, buy 10 of the houses.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Not even like if one person's renting it. We're back. Technical issues. We ran out of space. Have you made a lot of money off of what you're doing?
Nope. No, I haven't made a whole lot of money. The plan is to make some money here pretty soon. But the thing with music is how you set it up and where are the opportunities. You have to diversify a lot. Reason why it's multi-platform, where you can have different streams of revenues.
Would you say you've made more money working like a real job? I don't even want to say real job because I probably trigger some people in the industry. But
like, no, working a 9 to 5.
Yeah, okay, 9 to 5.
Definitely. Because, and again, it's like everything, like where if you start your own company, you're not making money right off the bat. You have to account for the investment that you got to put. People need to know the products. We just talked about it a little earlier. There's about, 1,300,000. And based on my calculation, if you go between, from 16 to 30, those are the target market for YYC Records, and slash that in half for the people that I wanted to actually will be interested in hip hop. It's about 200,000 people. Right now on Instagram, we have 1,000 for 1,200. About that. So I'm a long shot.
Well, you got some time.
We have like 200,000.
I mean, my boring thing just hit like 1,200 the other day. I posted once on my story though. But it's a process because for the most part, you have a 1% interaction rate. It's like a 10%. Usually accounts have around a 10% average, a 10% interaction.
Wow.
On average.
Wow. That's quite low.
It is low, but that's like usually like big number of people. Usually it's a 10% interaction rate. And for most people, it's 10% depending on who they are. All right. And also this depends on how many people you know. But then the actual turnover rate is usually like 1%. Yeah. So if you look at...
I hear it grinding.
Yeah. I've explained this on a podcast before, but if you look at Charli D'Amelio, she's 60... Did she have 60 million or 70? Or is it 80? He has no idea.
So I'm behind the camera, man. Don't ask me.
He's TikTok fan. Yeah. So she has around like 70 million.
On TikTok?
On TikTok. Her Instagram has, I think, 17 or 20 million. Her YouTube has 4 million.
Oh, wow.
The turnover is not the same.
Yeah.
So it'll never be the exact same numbers ever.
Ever. Diversify.
Never be the same numbers.
All right.
88 million? Whew. 88 million. Yeah, so 88 million, and she has 4 million on YouTube, which means that's like 5%.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
it's interesting the kind of thing she posts too. Like, I was like, you really don't overthink when it comes to social media to an extent. It seems like it's
no, you really shouldn't.
No, you're just being you. Like,
people just want to waste their time.
Yeah, like just looking at you. So, but yeah.
People who put too much creative content in their stuff never succeed. Mm-hmm. It feels bad because they put so much sweat and tears. That's made for movies. Made for the
Not
cinema.
for social media.
No.
Yeah.
YouTube has a degree of it. But YouTube needs to be raw. Like people want to be like, what are you? Who are you? Mm-hmm. What are you doing? Mm-hmm. Like they want to be like, oh, this person thinks like that. This is how this person does it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've learned it's all about the content, like the message, then how it's presented from time to time. Like, okay, do I vibe with what you actually say or the information that I get from you more than, okay, it looks this way or it looks this way. It adds to it, but it's not the primary thing.
Yeah, it goes a lot deeper than that. Relatability, who you are. Just like if you're easy, a lot of people like chill people or just like over the top people.
Right. Yeah.
like crazy.
The extremes.
The extremes, yeah. It's either the extremes, the casuals, or the really chills, and people just laugh at it because they're like, how do you be like this? Like, how are you like this?
Right.
There's different levels to this, like, and it's so funny because sometimes I get so bombarded as to how people don't see it, because like it's so evident. You can categorize everything on YouTube, everything on Instagram, everything on Snapchat, everything on TikTok, and you can see what works, what doesn't work, what people love, what people think is curious. I mean, as long as you pull yourself, like you said, like Elon Musk, different people, right? Kanye West, they pulled themselves out of society because everyone just loves to be followers.
Yep.
And they saw what they were doing and just threw their thing into it so they could follow them.
Right. Yeah.
Simple.
So once people go left, you go right. They go right, you go left.
Yeah, simplicity stuff. Like, I don't know why so many people struggle with it. It's just the individualist in me sees it. 'Cause I'm like, I love to create my own stuff.
Yeah. I'm a bit like that too.
You see it too, yeah? Because you've pulled yourself out and you've had to look at the industry and how it works.
It's the only way, like from time to time, like to separate yourself and stand out. It's like bird's eye view. Yeah. You know, from the industry.
You do it long enough, you become a pro. You don't have to go to school for that.
Nope. No. But yeah.
Anything crazy any crazy stories you'd want to talk about related to rappers or possibly you?
Man, just life itself is crazy. So it could be tough to go into like, okay, what was crazy here and there. But no, mostly what I'll talk about is just, it's artists in Calgary. I love them dearly.
Actually, I have a good question.
Hit me.
Yeah. Do you think the artists in Calgary are way too underrated? Do you think they just belong?
No, they're not underrated. Now we are getting to a level where we can actually share our music out. Like in the past, I listen to hip hop, like, because Calgary was very known, is still known, like for some of the country artists and all that. But when it comes to hip hop and trying to step away from and I love the Stampede guys, don't get me wrong. But,
it's great.
But like, you know, for the youngins that like hip hop and R&B and alternative music, we just need something else that's just not country. So, no, they're not underrated, but they're not up to par when it comes to quality. Like, we didn't have good videos at the time. We didn't have quality mixes at the time. And now that changed a lot with artists like Shia Michael, who's an amazing engineer, videographer like 99 Films, which he's very good when it comes to videos.
Shia Michael went to Vancouver.
Okay. Yeah, Shia Michael sure did went to Vancouver.
Yeah, I was working with him.
Yeah.
It was bad.
Very bad, like though.
There was, honestly, I met all these guys so fast, and then I was like, is that it?
Yeah.
There's not a lot. I was so disappointed because I met everyone in like a week. And I'm like, yo, this is crazy. And then I was like, where are you guys at?
Right. Yeah.
There's not a lot of people doing industry stuff in Calgary. Calgary.
In Calgary.
Explicitly Calgary.
Yeah. But if you're looking like, well, that's the advantage of what we're trying to create with YYC Records, right? Is because some of the people are doing that stuff, but they don't have a spot for the recognition or a place for the music to be out there. So if, for example, on the page on YYC Records, we want to give credit to everybody for their work. So if any of the videos that we post, as soon as you clicked on it, you know, you can find people that you may have not heard about, but that are just doing their thing and are pretty good at what they do.
I like that.
When it comes from videos to sound engineering to actual artists, that's what YYC Records is built for.
Supporting the community.
Yeah, and show the talent that we have. It's just there was no promotion. This person is in Calgary and is making sick music. Like Director Frenzy is an amazing videographer and all that.
Never heard Director
Frenzy, yeah. Once you see those videos, you'll be like, this is in Calgary too?
Oh man,
that's what happened to me. I was like, this Calgary? So
is this Calgary?
Yeah, and he was Calgary. So yeah, that audio house, they're doing fantastic when it comes to recording and having a studio where you can record any type of music for drums, guitar, and all that at affordable rate. So it's out there. It's being built. It just takes time, and there's just no place for promotion. And we're creating that right now. So
yeah. So anything you want to explicitly tell the people of Calgary, or just tell your fans, because your fans will be listening to this, people who are interested in you.
I will say just keep supporting. Check out YYCrecords.ca. Make sure you comment, subscribe. This is the basic thing. But we're really trying to build something to pop an artist out of Calgary. It may not be us, but we in line to do that. And then the idea is, if you have anybody that do hip hop music and is looking for some exposure, just send them our way. And then
cool. All right, guys, heard from the best. Follow YYC Records at Instagram. Check out me, Josiah's Boring Life. Always, I own the podcast. I'm gonna end the podcast there. We'll have a part 2 coming up.
All right.
Eventually.
Got
to come back to see where you have landed in like a year from now.
For sure.
Hopefully it blows up.
Yep. I bet it will.
I hope so. Calgary needs support, and you are one of the supporting people in Calgary.
Appreciate it.
I love to support my Calgarians.
My man.
Even though I'm going Canada.
Come back to Calgary as soon as you can. We'll be out here trying to rep the city for you if you're not around.
I'll always be here. This studio will always be here, guys. It's not going anywhere. Too much work.
Nice.
Too much work picking stuff up and taking it down.
Yeah.
In my opinion. Anyways, bye.
Bye.